So now we know how the interference detection works. Let's see how we can use its data to fix our assembly. So I'll just once again go to interference detection, and here I'll simply click on calculate, and it will once again show all the interferences here in the assembly. Now, of course, the part is showing in a completely opaque visual style, which we don't want. So I'll go to non-interfering component and I'll make it transparent so that we can see what's going on inside. All right, now here the first interference is between this screw and the channel. And if you want to see the interfering components, then you can actually select hidden from this list so that everything else is hidden and only the interfering components show up. And we can now analyze it in a better way. Now this red part is the interfering area, and if you look at this from this perspective, you can clearly see what's going on inside. So this is the part that's actually merging right inside this channel. So if we create a groove like this, well, we'll be able to eliminate this error. And not only that, we can actually eliminate all of these errors. So let's just fix it. So I'll cancel this out. All right, and I'll go to this assembly directly. Let's go to this cabinet and I'll hide it so that we can see everything inside. And let's just open this as well. Now to see this thing in action, I will go to this part here, right here, and I'll show you what's going on here with the channel. So if I bring it like this, look at this, it is actually merging it with this screw, and that's not physically possible. So that's what we are going to change. So I'll select the channel and I'll just open it right inside this assembly. So you can go to edit part and that's going to open it right inside this assembly, and you can use reference of this bolt to just edit it, or you can also go to this open part and that's going to open it as a new SolidWorks file. Well, we don't want that, so I'll simply select edit part. All right, and the part is opened right here. All right, so let's just go to this mid channel and we have the boss extrude feature right here and the sketch right here. We just want to modify the sketch. So I'll go to edit a sketch, which is right here, and let's just modify it. Now you can see this screw in the background and you can use it as a reference. So I'll go to this line tool and I'll make it just like this. So maybe this, and I'll join it with this. All right, now the distance. Well, it looks like it has already added a constraint with respect to other geometries, which we don't want. So I'll just delete this and instead I'll add one more line here. So this and this. All right, and now we can add it. So I'll add the dimension from here to here and I'll make it 2.2, or we can even make it 2, I guess. That's better. And then we have this gap. So this total gap is 12.2 and half of this gap is, well, 6.1, of course. All right, and we have some room here and here as well. So with this groove, we will be able to remove this problem. Now we'll trim it. So go to trim and let's just trim this and this line. And we are done. Now, if you want to add more constraints here, well, you can do that, but we already have it symmetrical, so I'm not going to do it. And instead, I'll click OK, and I'll exit out of this sketch. All right, and we have this groove inside the channel. So if we exit the part level, and if we go back to the assembly, apparently nothing has changed here except for this thing. We now have a tiny groove added right in this channel, and the same type of groove is added on the other side of this channel as well, because these two are symmetrical copies. So it's added right here. And if we move it inside the channel, it won't interfere anymore. So let me show you. So if I just move it back here, look at this, it will move freely. All right, so we can also check it. So let's just collapse all of these and just bring it back to its original state. Also, I'll bring it back. So this file cabinet, I'll bring it back. And once again, let's check the interference detection. Let's just close the drawer and interference detection and calculate. And here we are. We no longer have that interference between that screw and the mid channel. Now we have the interference between this part right here, this fastener, and this board. Now this interference is acceptable. As we have already discussed, it is going to merge inside this cardboard, so it's totally acceptable, and all of these interferences are also acceptable. So I'll select them all and I'll select ignore. You can also click on this create fasteners folder and it will just include all of these fasteners inside a single folder, essentially eliminating the need for ignoring all of those interferences. So we don't need to, it's just inside this. Now let's check all of these interferences. So we have interference 7, 8, 9, and all these interference of 0.02 millimeter cube between this pin of the hinge as well as this board. Now let's analyze just one of these interferences, and maybe I'll just select this and I'll open it. So it is between this right panel and the hinge pin. So these are the two components which are interfering. All right, let's fix it. So I'll go to this transparent so that we can see what's going on here. And it looks like this head is pretty big. You can see where the interference is actually happening. And if you want to see it in action, you can even select it. So here, interference 8 is this. So this is the pin and this is the board. And right here we have the interference. So it looks like we need to decrease the diameter of pin in order to fix it. So once again, we'll just go to that pin. So I'll cancel it out and I'll just open it here. And we have the hinge pin right here. So that's the hinge pin. Just select, right click, and again edit part. All right, so we are in the part level of this hinge pin. Let's just expand it. And we have the main extrusion, okay. Then we have the top and the bottom. It looks like top and bottom are created separately, so we just have to modify it separately as well. So I'll go to this sketch 2 and its dia is 6. I'll make it smaller. As you can see with this big dia, it is actually interfering with this body panel. So I'll just double click here and I'll make it 5.4. All right, now it is smaller. Let's click OK. And let's do the same for the second one. So I'll exit out of this sketch and I'll go to Boss Extrude 3, select and edit. Now that's the bottom side of that pin. Again, it's 6. So double click. Let's make it 5.4. All right, just click OK and exit out of this. All right, so we have essentially modified both the sides, this side of the pin as well as the top side of the pin. So both the sides are now modified. So we have modified it from top, we have modified it from the bottom. And with that, we are ready to check it. So exit out of this. Now it's smaller. And with that, all the other pins are also modified because essentially they're all just the same pins with different copies. So let's again check the interference detection. So I'll just close this cabinet. Just like this, and interference detection, calculate, and there we are. We have a completely clean list. We don't have any interference now. We do have few for the fasteners, but as you know, for fasteners, any interference is just acceptable because this is how it should be in the real world. So in this way, you can check the interferences and you can also modify it in your assembly directly. Once you have made the changes, don't forget to save your assembly.